Rockstar Gang, what up? What up? NFL free agency has been absolutely chaotic. Absolutely chaotic. I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to say. Except that's all it's been today. It's been absolutely chaotic. There's no other way to put it. Been absolutely chaotic. And, here we are. I mean, what a splash move today. See, my splash move that I predicted was Devin Lloyd, which he's still out there, still available. And we shall see if that fruition does come. Obviously, we hope all that. We hope that it does come. But, I mean, my goodness, man. My goodness. Let's get into this, Clay. If we're going to spend the money, it had to be on an edge. Yeah, I thought it was going to be on a linebacker, but here we are, man. Here we are. Jaelan Phillips is here, man. Jaelan Phillips is here. What's up, Clay? What's up, Amazing K? What's good, Clay? Everyone in the chat. SC missed you, Rob says. Was good? Sean Cuz, Clay, what's up? What's up, Sean? Rob, can we still match Cade? Technically, I don't think signings are completely done until 4 o'clock on Wednesday. So, yes, I'm going to say yes. What's good, Underground West? Big splash signing. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We've already got 27 people watching on the YouTube. We've already got, 20 people on X. We got some people over here on the TikTok coming in. Appreciate them as well. Again, make sure you like, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Make sure you drop a like and a follow over on X. Make sure you tap my face over here on TikTok and get in the comments section. I greatly appreciate it. Nothing you missed. We just got started. I greatly appreciate if you share the live tonight as well. I would greatly appreciate if you shared the live as well. I see you on TikTok last night, Clay. Yeah, TikTok is different, man. This is the first time I've ever done I haven't done a lot of TikTok lives. But I was like, we gotta start doing them somehow. So I'm like, might as well go live when I'm live on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and X. Might as well go live same time, here. So anyways, better have some Gamecock player love soon. Benedict. I don't have any Gamecocks yet. The only Gamecock that I saw get some love today was our former running back Rico Dowdle got signed to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I actually kind of saw that coming due to the fact that we all know that Mike McCarthy is there. So, but without further ado, let's get into this. I'm gonna pull some stuff up on the screen. Of course, we gotta get X going on here real quick. I also love the fact that the Atlanta Falcons signed Tua Tagovailoa. Like that's gonna fix their it's gonna fix their problems over there. Like it's gonna fix their problems over there in Atlanta. Tua turned the ball over to the Atlanta Falcons. Still doesn't fix their quarterback room. Bunch of bombs over there, in my opinion. What's up, Antonio? We need that linebacker from the Jaguars. Devin Lloyd, Earl. We've talked about him multiple times on this channel, man. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up. I'm trying to get what I want pulled up here. Kenny Pickett's going to be a good under Canales. We shall see, Rob. It's interesting to see how that's going to pan out. Thoughts on Phillips? Andrew, about to get into it right now, man. We're about to get into it right now. Sorry, I'm pulling stuff up on my screen for the YouTube crowd. Unfortunately, I can't do it here, but I hope you stick around anyways. To the Falcons. Love it, right? All right, let's talk about Jaelan Phillips. Of course, that is the biggest signing of the day, was signing Jaelan Phillips to a 4-year, $120 million deal. That was the big move of the day for the Carolina Panthers. Can't say I'm not surprised. I can't say I'm not surprised. But they didn't waste any time in free agency open. I mean, the team planned to be aggressive this offseason. Dan Morgan, turns out he wasn't kidding. So you get this guy for a $120 million deal, $80 million guaranteed. I mean, here's the thing. Him instantly becomes the biggest signing of the Panthers offseason already, one of the largest contracts on the roster. It's a massive investment, that's for sure. But it's also in my opinion, it's a very clear message, right? Carolina's biggest problem last season, again, is still getting after the quarterback. And again, you can make the case that it was the linebacker group covering the middle of the field, right? You can make the case as that. You can make, but again, the stats don't lie. I mean, Carolina, we ranked, I think, 30th or 31st. It was like 30 or 31st in sacks, which we only had like 30 total. And then on top of that, you're 30th or 31st in the lowest pressure rate. You're basically below in the league and pass rush win rate as well. So again, now you can make the case that this was our biggest problem, was getting after the quarterback. And Dan Morgan decided to attack that problem head on. I mean, I just think it's finally that we addressed, the pass rush problem. Will we get Devin Lloyd? We'll talk more about Devin Lloyd here in a minute. Panthers pass rush has been, to me, the most consistent frustration under defensive Ejiro Evero, right? So, again, we finished, I just had to look it up real quick, 31st in sacks. So, which is about as bad as it sounds, because you got Derek Brown and then you got your rookie edge rusher, both finished it with 5.5 sacks. Phillips had 5 sacks by himself last season, which would have tied for the team lead. Now, here's the thing. Let's not forget, got traded to Philadelphia. Okay. He only played in Philadelphia for a short period of time. So again, 5 sacks in the short period of time he had was pretty damn good. That tells you everything you need to know about the Carolina's pass rush when this guy barely, I think, played half the season with the Eagles and had 5 sacks with them just by himself. So does Phillips magically fix every issue on our defense? Absolutely not. But it definitely gives, I think, Evero something we didn't have last year, a legitimate edge threat, right? So a lot of people are like, well, why did we pay so much? Well, the price tag, because I get that the price tag raises some eyebrows. I get that. But here's the thing. Phillips is going to make $30 million per year, which is top tier money. Okay, for an edge defender. So that's a lot to consider. His production hasn't been overwhelming. Over 63 games, he's recorded 28 sacks, over 205 tackles, 32 tackles for a loss, 68 quarterback hits. Now, he's never posted double-digit sack seasons since, partially due to injuries that have interrupted multiple seasons, all right? But edge rushers are expensive, but they're also very rare. Okay? If you want one, you're going to have to pay for it. Plain and simple. And Phillips, it was one of the best pass rushers available in free agency. You could argue that Jaelan Phillips actually could have been the best pass rusher on this market if he could stay healthy. You got the Eagles who reportedly wanted to get him. Wanted to keep him, but Carolina simply moved faster and offered him more. Philadelphia's loss became our opportunity. But again, let's go look at some other stats here. Let's go look at some other stats by him. So Phillips, again, generated 18.8% of pass rush snaps in 2025. 18%. 18.8% of pass rush snaps in 2025. That was the fourth highest rate among players with 250 plus pass rushes, behind only Will Anderson, Nick Bonito, and Micah Parsons. All right. Also, a fun little next-gen stat from week 5 through the end of 2025, Jaelan Phillips generated the 6th most pressures in the NFL, 54, just behind Myles Garrett at 56 and ahead of Nick Bonito at 53. Phillips led the Eagles with 34 pressures since joining the team in week 10. Do we have a problem? I don't think so, because it sounds like to me we just got a very versatile piece to our defensive front, in my opinion. Because I think one people don't realize with Jaelan Phillips is he's not just an edge rusher. During his time with the Eagles and sometime with the Miami Dolphins, he showed the ability to move about the defensive line. He occasionally rushed from the interior. Okay. He also generated consistent pressure even when the sack numbers didn't explode. That versatility matters. Now, you can rotate Phillips alongside Derek Brown and Nick Scorton, giving Evero multiple ways to attack opposing quarterbacks. You add in younger edge rushers like Princely Mamiellan, you get Pat Jones back, who was actually cooking before he got injured, and then suddenly your pass rush group looks far deeper than it did a year ago. Right? But I think the risk that comes with this, not everything is sunshine and rainbows. All right. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows. The risk that does come with this, and there's no way around it, because again, a lot of deals come with risk, man. But Phillips has dealt with injuries throughout his career, which has limited his production. You know, you're paying $120 million for a player who hasn't consistently produced double-digit sacks as a gamble. I think the contract also puts Phillips among the highest paid edge rushers in the league, ahead of players who have posted, big sack totals in recent years. Carolina wasn't exactly swimming in cap space before making this move, and Panthers had less than $20 million available for free agency open. So that means that I think Dan Morgan and Brant Tillis will have to get creative with some restructure. They're going to have to get creative with some future cap planning to make everything work. And I think this is going to be this will be our biggest free agent move of the year. I don't know if we're going to get Devin Lloyd. I don't see that happening. I mean, even with the risk, though, I like the logic behind the move. Okay? I like the logic behind the move. The Panthers, see, here's the thing. The Panthers desperately need help. They need help with pass rush. So I get the logic behind it. Because Dan Morgan identified the problem and aggressively went after one of the top players available, right? The reaction inside Carolina has already been positive. You got cornerback Mike Jackson Sr. even voiced his excitement publicly, which makes sense. Pass rush makes life easier for the secondary. I've always been a big believer that if you have a great secondary or an elite secondary, you can make an average if you have an elite pass rush, you can make an average secondary look good. That's what I've always believed in. If you have a great, good, elite, whatever pass rush, you can make your secondary look good. I mean, again, we're Carolina only generated 82 quarterback hurries in 2025. 82. Jaelan Phillips alone produced 60 pressures between two teams last season. So between his time in Miami, then going to the Eagles, he generated 60 pressures between the two teams last season. That's the kind of disruption that we desperately missed as a team. If we're just being completely honest. Now, I'll say this. Are we done adding to the roster, after committing to $120 million to Phillips? The rest of our free agency activity will be likely smaller moves around the edges. Like, Morgan's already made it clear that he values building the defensive front. So signing Phillips was the biggest step in that process. I think the Panthers, we needed to make a statement move. We definitely got one. The real question that does come with this is whether Jaelan Phillips can stay healthy and can he turn that massive contract into the pass rush production that we've been chasing for years. That's what it comes down to. The guy, we know he can get after the quarterback. We know that he can generate pressures. Can he get double-digit sacks? I think so, based off of how much pressures he's getting. So, to answer your question that is my thoughts on Jaelan Phillips. I like the move. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys I didn't. Now there's been a lot of carousel going on about the Devin Lloyd ordeal. And again, people are wondering. I don't know how truthful these sources are. To tell you the least about the whole Devin Lloyd situation. I've seen some, I'm just going to show y'all stuff on. I'm just going to show you some stuff on X because, again, do I know if this is legit? No, I don't know if it's legit. I don't know if it's legit or not. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Because it's about Devin Lloyd. And again, I don't know how much I trust this source. I don't know how much you guys trust this source. I mean, if you're a Panthers fan and you follow any of these guys on X, you might trust them, you might not. It could just be a bunch of bullshit for all I know. So this is what I'm seeing on Devin Lloyd. Or at least this is the most recent thing. For I can't. What is it for? What do you need to see that for? We've already gone over it. Oh, Jesus. Let me see if it's popped up on here. Don't go away. Hold on. It's 687-1557. All right. So the Devin Lloyd rumors, as you can see right now, this is one of the most latest things I've seen. So just when when I thought that we were going to be, I don't know if we're going to make this move. What about Cade Mays, bro, leaving? Just because I don't get to your comment, brother, because there's over 122 people on here. I got a certain amount of people on TikTok. Just because I don't get to your comment because you're impatient ain't my problem. AZ, what's good? This is the latest I've seen on Devin Lloyd. Now, this is new reporting from per source. I don't know who this is. I don't even know how much he really truly knows and who his source really is. I mean, I don't know who his source is. So whether it's true or not, I don't know. But this is like the most up-to-date thing. I thought after the Jaelan Phillips thing, to be honest with you guys, I thought that there was no way we're getting Devin Lloyd. So even it's more interesting that the reports suggest that both sides are currently trying to work out terms on a potential deal. Yet I haven't seen that anywhere else. Now, if this actually happens, this offseason could go from aggressive to just borderline unbelievable. The possibility of a defensive free agency like this, where the Panthers made one of the biggest moves this offseason. You signed Jaelan Phillips. That deal alone was a statement from general manager Dan Morgan. It addressed one of the team's biggest problems last season, right? If we're able to somehow land Devin Lloyd as well, that would mean that Dan Morgan just managed to secure two of his top defensive targets in the same free agency period, especially for a front office trying to rebuild the defense quickly. That would be about as strong as a start as you could ask for. And we know Devin Lloyd would be a huge addition, right? Because his skill set with the range, the coverage ability, the playmaking ability over the middle, the field, pairing him with a pass rusher group that now includes Jaelan Phillips and Nick Scorton. You still got Derek Brown in the middle. And then you dramatically change how defensive coordinator Giro can attack opposing offenses. Plus, you fix the slot position. You get a true free safety. You got a great dynamic duo between J.C. Horn and Mike Jack. And suddenly, not only does your front seven look dangerous, but you just look far more dangerous completely in the linebacker position. And let's also not forget, Leo Chenal's still out there. Leo Chanel hasn't signed nobody. Be getting him, I feel it, Clay. I mean, so I don't know if we're getting Devin Lloyd. I cannot sit here and be like, man, we are getting this guy. How much do we know this source is? We are primed to draft best available. Cade, I think so. You get Devin Lloyd, you're definitely more primed for it. Definitely more primed for it. Right? I mean, the idea of landing Lloyd is already it's sparking excitement among all Panthers fans. I think a lot of reporters, a lot of Carolina supporters I've seen on X believe that if we managed to add Devin Lloyd on top of the Phillips signing, the team would realistically compete for the NFC sooner than expected. And I know that sounds ambitious, but the logic is clear. A stronger pass rush plus a playmaking linebacker will completely reshape the identity of this defense. Now, again, it's still just a rumor, but the report simply indicates that Lloyd has interest in joining Carolina, and that discussion could be happening. I don't know. But if somehow we land Devin Lloyd to pair with Jaelan Phillips, Dan Morgan's this is his third free agency period, could turn into a defensive masterclass. Appreciate that, Rob. ESPN is saying it's down to the Panthers and Cincy. Let's not forget the potential of Trevor Wallace. I mean, I think Trevor Wallace has the potential. Can he stay healthy, though, Amazing K? He's had back-to-back season-ending shoulder injuries. You know? Can he stay healthy? Because the potential doesn't look that good. I mean, he's not a Devin Lloyd. He's not a game-changing linebacker. I don't see how Devin Lloyd. I don't see how not Devin Lloyd. I don't see how Trevor Wallace has all that potential. I hope I'm wrong, but he can't cover either. I still think that Leo Chenal is still out there. So if Devin Lloyd doesn't work out, you still got Leo Chenal. I think if anything, if Carolina does not get Devin Lloyd or even at least Leo Chenal, I wouldn't be surprised if they go back-to-back linebackers in the draft. I wouldn't. I would not be surprised if they go back-to-back linebackers in this draft. I wouldn't be surprised that they go CJ Allen in the first round, and then they go and try to get Jacob Rodriguez in the second. I would. I could see a scenario if they do that they do that. But again, we also got some other issues to talk about. So let's go into the next issue that we have to deal with now. Because let's talk about Cade Mays. Cade Mays, this is huge. Losing him is huge. Because this is a whole different ball game now. Because you lose out on Cade Mays. Now, does that mean that you can sign him? It's not me. Hey, listen, it's not like you can't sign him. Again, you can still match it. You can still get it. You can still get him back. But it's a big move. CJ Allen's a reach in the first round. So is CJ Allen a second round draft pick? How about this, T. Thompson? Why don't we trade back from 19? That's another thing. You still have to get the left tackle. That's true, T. That's true, T. Thompson. You still got to get the left tackle. Lloyd is ideal. I know. We didn't trade Rico away. We let Rico walk. Rico chose his own destiny on that one. He signed. I'm not surprised he signed with Steelers, and we'll talk about that. He's going back to his former head coach that he had 1,000 yards with in Dallas. It makes a lot of sense. I think that Carolina probably has to look at trading back. It just depends on how this free agency still goes. I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this free agency. Guys, if you're on the TikTok, make sure you tap my face, share the live. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're on the YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. Also, X, do me a favor. Drop a follow, hit the heart on the live, repost it, share it, do your thing. Also over here on TikTok, make sure you tap my face and drop a follow. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. So let's talk about Cade Mays, because that's another hole that we've got to fix. That's a whole nother hole. So the Detroit Lions have agreed to a 3-year, $25 million contract, $14 million guaranteed to center Cade Mays. I told y'all about this, and I warned you about the Cade Mays ordeal. Did I not? I told you guys that I would not be surprised if if someone comes in and swoops Cade Mays and gives him an offer he can't refuse. And I told you his market value went up from $8 million per year to 12. And he gets a 3-year, $25 million deal to $14 million guaranteed. Right now, I think the Detroit Lions, for a 3-year, $25 million deal, based off a spot track, his market went up to 12.1. They're getting a bargain out of him. So now we're stuck here seeing this, and we're having to head into that next phase of the offseason without the player who started most of at center last year for us. And considering the price tag, the big question to me was quite simple. Why didn't we match it? I mean, I get that this is a guy who is a 6th-round pick who earned his way. Like, Mays wasn't supposed to become a major part of the Panthers' offensive line. You know, you selected him in the 6th round of the 2022 draft out of Tennessee, and early in his career was just mostly a depth piece. And then across 2 seasons, he started 7 games in 27 appearances. Then things got messy, right? Panthers released him during the summer 2024. Then he briefly landed it with the New York Giants before returning to Carolina later that season. Nicholas, I'll get to your question in a minute, brother. You don't have to spam the chat. I'll get to your question. The second chance changed everything, though, because by the end of the 2024 season, Mays had worked his way back into the lineup, started 8 games in the final 11 weeks, and then quietly stabilized the interior of this offensive line. Giovanni, we signed Jaelan Phillips to a big contract. We re-signed some guys that we already had, some depth pieces like Robert Rochelle and a Caleb Evans in the corner room. And then we signed a backup quarterback as in Kenny Pickett. And I'll talk more about that here shortly. All right. But the reason why we saw Cade Mays' value go up is because he wasn't a projected starter. Because technically the job belonged to center Austin Corbett. I projected him as a starter. I said that he should have been the starter from the start because Austin Corbett couldn't fucking hack the ball to Bryce Young. He could. Austin Corbett had so many missed snaps. And then Corbett suffers that left knee MCL injury. Mays steps in, and he never really got the job back. So he ends up starting 12 games. You put together one of the more quietly effective seasons by a center in the league. The numbers back that up, right? 726 offensive snaps. Mays didn't allow a single sack. His 94.3% run blocking rate ranked among the top 20 centers in the NFL. And let's not forget, over the last 2 seasons combined, he also allowed just 21 pressures across 756 blocking snaps. He also produced a 98.6 pass blocking efficiency score, another mark that ranked near the top of the position. So, in simple terms, Cade Mays wasn't just filling in. He became a reliable starter at the center position entering his prime. So, to me, if this is how Cade Mays goes out, Carolina doesn't even try to match it or anything like that, I mean, Detroit gets a solid deal. Bryson, don't start that, Bryson. Don't start that. But, the Lions' perspective is that this looks like a smart business move, right? Because Detroit gets this 26-year-old starting center with the strong efficiency numbers, right? You get him for $25 million over the next 3 years at a reasonable price for the position today, especially after what we saw with Tyler Linderbaum, who basically reset who did reset the center market. Especially for Detroit, who's a team looking to reinforce that offensive line. And it's a fairly low cost risk investment for them. So I see a lot of your comments, man. I can't keep up with all your comments. I cannot keep up with all your comments over here. Sorry, guys. If you want me to get to your comments over here on the YouTube channel, you're gonna have to do something special because there's too many people commenting. Too many people. I can see some of you guys is over here. Shane McDowell, Devin Lloyd still there for the taking. We get him. Yep. Beggars can't be choosers. Shout out to everybody on the YouTube channel, man. We got a good amount of people over here on the YouTube channel. Again, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you're over there on the YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. We got 30 likes on the YouTube. We got 76 people watching. I would greatly appreciate it if, we got 49 slackers over there on the YouTube channel. Let's get them likes up. I greatly appreciate it. We're going to talk about Kenny Pickett. We'll talk about small hands Pickett. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about Kenny Pickett. Don't worry. 100% could have afforded Mays. Yeah. Jacoby with. I don't go live very much on TikTok. So 15 viewers, I'll take it. Let's see here. Who followed? Someone just dropped a follow. I was trying to say thank you, but I didn't see who it was. All right. Let's go on to some other news. Let's go on to the other free agency signings by the Panthers. Let's go to Mr. Kenny Pickett. So Mr. Kenny Pickett is a Carolina Panther now. Fear Wolf, appreciate that. Yes, we got Kenny Pickett. So Kenny Pickett, I mean, listen, man, I knew they were going to pick up a backup quarterback. Was Kenny Pickett on my list of who I wanted? No. But we got him. It's a 1-year deal, $77.5 million deal, including a $4 million guaranteed. Okay. Now again, this is not a franchise altering move. It does give us something that we're clearly looking for this offseason, a more experienced option behind a starting quarterback, someone who has some upside. Is he young enough to still develop? Sure. I mean, I guess. I mean, Pickett entered the NFL with a lot of high expectations because he was the first quarterback selected in 2022 draft. And the Pittsburgh Steelers took him with the 20th overall out of Pittsburgh Panthers. And it didn't last long. And then 2 seasons, he was with the Steelers, traded to Philadelphia back in March of 2024, beginning a stretch where he bounced around the league a bit. Since then, entering the NFL, he's also spent time with the Browns and now the Raiders. I mean, his numbers so far across his 36 games, 27 starts. I mean, we're looking at a guy with over 4,900 yards, 16 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 62.4 completion percentage, a 78.2 passer rating. So again, the numbers aren't spectacular, but they show he's at least seen meaningful action at the position. I think what this means, basically pretty straightforward, man. It's like you know who your starter is in Bryce Young. The team clearly planned to have someone behind him. If Andy Dalton doesn't return for another season, Pickett would likely step in as the primary backup heading into 2026, unless they try to cut him or they trade him. They try to cut or trade Andy Dalton, of course. Again, we're just a team trying to build stability around Bryce Young. I mean, that's still what they're doing. All right, you're having a quarterback with starting experience in that room isn't a bad thing. So, Hunter, I'm talking about it right now, brother. So if you stick around, you'll hear more about it. I already talked about Jaelan Phillips. I already talked about Cade Mays leaving. Just got done talking about Kenny Pickett. But yeah, I mean, and then Carolina goes out, makes some other moves like Robert Rochelle. I mean, it wasn't like a big signing. Let me go find the report. Why didn't we get Trey Lance? Your question is as good as mine, brother. I couldn't tell you why. I can tell you that. I could not tell you why. So they bring back Robert Rochelle for a 1-year deal. I don't know the amount on Robert Rochelle's contract. It's a 1-year deal. I mean, here's the thing. They get Robert Rochelle. The only reason why I think they brought him back was, number one, he's got a connection with Ejiro Evero. That's it. His rookie season, he was under Evero when he was with the Rams. That was when Evero was a secondary coach and defensive pass game coordinator. We signed Rochelle last offseason, signed him off of the Cowboys practice squad. He did appear 4 games for us. I mean, all he is a maintaining some depth and continuity for us. That's all it is. Caleb Evans is another one. I mean, here's the thing. They picked up a Caleb Evans for another reason. It's just another depth piece, right? He's not going to play. He's not going to fix your nickel position, though. He's not going to fix your nickel position, but they signed him to a 1-year deal. I mean, I'll say this. During his time in Minnesota, you saw legitimate playing time there. Because he started all 17 games across there, 32 appearances. He recorded 90 tackles and an interception there. But then he gets cut in 2024. We claim him 2 days later. Has appeared in 18 games for Carolina, 15 total tackles, 1 pass defended. Again, the numbers aren't huge, but again, Evans is just fills in as a role as a depth corner and a rotational defensive back, right? This is just a simple depth move. Nothing else. I doubt that's legit. I doubt that's legit, but we can look it up. Yeah, I kind of figured it was. Definitely fake news. Definitely fake news. I knew it was. Talking about Stephon Diggs coming to the Carolina Panthers. God, I hope not. Would not even want him here. No offense. Too many issues. Let's go to some other recent news, though, that has happened. Tua turned the ball over to the Atlanta Falcons. Still doesn't fix that quarterback room. They are still a bunch of bums. Just going to go ahead and say that. Did we get Lloyd yet? No. Could happen here shortly, though. Maybe it's something that happens tonight. So the Steelers went out and signed Rico Dowdle. So we lose Rico Dowdle. I mean, we knew that was coming. We knew that they were going to let him walk. All right. I mean, we signed him for a 1-year deal, most expecting, and all we expected him to provide depth in the backfield. That's all it was. So, he had a great breakout stretch last year. I mean, I'm not going to act like his productivity on the field wasn't good when it was, right? Like 2 game stretches where he rushed for 206 yards and a touchdown against Miami. Then the next week finished the game with 183 yards and 56 receiving and another touchdown against Dallas, right? Those performances then firmly established him as our leading back last season. But by the end of the year, Dowdle had put together the most productive season of his career. Even though I felt like at the end of the year, he kind of fell off. He was just basically a rental. Over 1,000 yards, 236 carries, 7 touchdowns. All 3 numbers were career highs, by the way. But it makes a lot of sense for him to go to the Steelers because the Steelers need a legit running back, someone who can take care of the load. And he also gets to reunite with Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh. So it just makes a lot of sense there. Just makes a lot of sense there. We got over 29 people on the TikTok. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you drop a like and make sure you tap the screen and drop a follow. I greatly appreciate that. Over here on X, make sure you drop a follow and like the live stream. YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. Appreciate you guys already. Raleigh says, you think Cam would run it back? No. He's already said he couldn't do it. Aiden Hutchinson to the 49ers. Doubt that. The only rumor that I've seen right now is that the Carolina Panthers could be targeting Devin Lloyd and Leo Chanel. At least from, like, those are the only guys I've seen. I don't know if there's anyone else out there. I mean, unless there's some other sources that people want to send me and we can look at them. But I think after the Jaelan, like I said when I was talking about the Jaelan Phillips contract, you're gonna have to restructure. Like Dan Morgan and these guys will have to get very creative with the restructures and the cuts and the extensions. Like, that's still something that needs to be done. You could restructure J.C. Horn's contract. You could restructure Derek Brown's contract. You could restructure Taylor Moton's contract, right? All those guys you could restructure. You could cut Tommy Trimble. You could cut Ashawn Robinson. You could cut Bobby Brown III. Or maybe then you could restructure Turk Horton as well. I would be definitely, the 2 people I would be looking to extend, though, for sure, is Damian Lewis, like I said, and Mike Jack. Gillis, you mean it's Brant Tillis, my guy. Brant Tillis, not Gillis. Philly Mike's coming in trying to. I'm going to see if you're right, Philly Mike. You're so full of shit. Mike, Philly Mike, you're so full of shit, your eyes are brown, ain't it? Oh, I'm calm. Oh, I'm calm. I wasn't being rude. I was just telling you it's Tillis, not Gillis. Well, we're gonna end that live, I guess. That's bullshit. Harassment and bullying? Who? Jesus, man. TikTok is for a bunch of pussies, bro. People will report you for harassment and bullying. I didn't even say anything over there. Like, what the fuck? That's funny. That's fucking hilarious, but whatever. Yeah, I don't see anything you're talking about, Philly. So, Philly Mike, you're wrong. Nice try, though. They can still dance, right? I might try to come back live. I don't know if my live is still restricted. Let's see. Let's see if it's still restricted. I don't know if it's still restricted or not. Someone reported my live, though. I know that, which is bullshit. Oh, well. Someone reported my live saying I was whatever. We lost Cade Mays, yes. This Lloyd situation is going to be a this Lloyd situation either later tonight or at least tomorrow afternoon. But there's no way we're getting him to the letting him go to the Aints. I mean, Benjamin, I wouldn't be. Listen, it's between, from what my understanding is. Let me see if I can find the post on Devin Lloyd, because it sounds like it's between us. I mean, see, look, Devin Lloyd's still available. That's a linebacker. Caden Ellis is still available, and Leo Chanel is still available. You still got 3 guys available for the linebacker position if you're Carolina. I'm just saying. I'm trying to see if there's anything on Devin Lloyd. Like, if there's any news. I'm just trying to see. I think people are just making shit up at this point. That's also a good point. Shout out to PMP for this post. This actually is a good point. Because what if Devin Lloyd is using us for leverage? That is a good point. Like, what if Devin Lloyd is using us? Same the way like Milton Williams. Yeah, if we can't get Devin Lloyd, I'm going Leo Chanel, and I'm also going Caden Ellis. Oscar says Panthers are trash. Rise up, Clay. Yeah, you have fun with Tua Tagovailoa Tua turned the ball over. Oscar. You have fun with him, man. Remember who you guys in the playoffs. Oh, am I supposed to tell you thank you? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to tell you thank you? Hey, Oscar, I got something for you. Hold on. Let me find it. There you go, Oscar. I'm just messing with you, Oscar. Just messing with you. Just messing with you, Oscar. It's all fun and games, brother. It's all fun and games. That was messed up, though. I know. It was messed up. I shouldn't have done that. I'm trying to find the post I want. Well, we can use that for now. We can use that for now. I mean, that's a good point, but it doesn't look like there's just no news on Devin Lloyd yet. I'm trying to see the top. I mean, okay, here is John Frascella. I don't know how much I know about him. Says, looks like Devin Lloyd sweepstakes is down to us, Cincinnati, and New Orleans. Benjamin's coming in here and says, why the hell would he I'm not going to say what he said, but why would he want to go to the last place 6 and win cap hell ain't over a team who's trending up and continues to get better and makes sense? Jacksonville isn't paying him. They can't. I mean, PNP, again, PNP, Alonzo, they could be onto something. I would not be surprised where Devin Lloyd is using us for leverage. It wouldn't surprise me. The Saints, it sounds like also the Saints are trying to it sounds like the Saints are trying. It sounds like the Saints are also trying to trade away Alvin Kamara. Jeff, yes. Yes. To your question, yes. Yes. Just to answer your question, yes. Shane, oh shit, how we feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I like the Jaelan Phillips signing. I like this Jaelan Phillips signing. Kenny Pickett, I get it. I mean, it is a backup quarterback. You add some depth pieces, okay. Cade Mays, there's a little bit. I feel like there's no reason why Carolina couldn't match him or even tag on a little bit more money to get Cade Mays, because I think the Detroit Lions are getting a bargain, but that's just me. And Rico Dowdle's walking, which we all knew that was going to happen. So, other than that, I feel good. Overall, I would give, like, right now, I would give our free agency so far, you kept some depth in the corner room, great. You got a true pass rusher, a guy who can create pressure, can get after the quarterback, can be a game wrecker. I would give it and then you sign up a backup quarterback that definitely has some upside to him. Has had some clutch moments when he has played as well. We've seen that from him. I would say it's like a B-. Like overall right now, I give it a B-. If you give me if you can get me Devin Lloyd, I'll give it an A. You give me Leo Chanel, I'll move it up to a B+ or an A. But right now, that's where I'm at. Like, I'll give it a B- for now if I'm grading the free agency for the Panthers. But you give me Devin Lloyd, you get an A for me. This is just day one, man. This is just day one, which is the crazy part. Oh, let me get some water. Chat. What's the latest on Lloyd? Last thing we've seen, man, is that we're in the sweep. The sweepstakes is down. Like the last thing I saw, I guess this is the last thing I've seen, 704. It says that we're in the sweepstake is down to Carolina, Cincinnati, and New Orleans. Pretty sure free agency doesn't end till. When does free agency technically end? What, Wednesday at 4 p.m.? Is that correct? Am I right on that? Or does it officially begin? Well, I guess winners of the first day of the draft. Well, we haven't even had the draft. It kind of never ends, like my also. True. I'm just saying, like, when does I guess it technically it ends? It doesn't end until the season's over, technically. I mean, I guess, but we got Devin Lloyd. We got Devin Lloyd. I don't think so. Not yet. I haven't seen anything about us getting Devin Lloyd. Not yet. That's kind of what we're waiting on, though. Rico's gone. Yep, bro. Wanted us to go all in on Crosby. That was not happening, brother. That was not happening. I'm trying to see if there's any updates. I'm just trying to see if there's any more updates. Not a damn thing. The only thing I'm seeing right now is New Orleans is in doubt after signing ETN. So it looks like they're trying to move on from Alvin Kamara. Nick Underwell. I personally have not been able to verify interest, but we'll see. Damn. Yeah, Tremaine got picked up, Shane. Sorry, I missed your comment. If Cincy or Aints running up the price on Lloyd, I hope we walk. Panthers need to find an inside linebacker, safety, and center. Yep. And a left tackle. So thank you, Broski. That I just want someone to verify that for me. So free agency signing period for tendered players ends on July 22nd. November 17th is the final deadline for players under the franchise or transition tag to sign or be forced to sit out the 2026 season. Okay. Appreciate that. Watch the Cowboys pick up Alvin Kamara. Wouldn't be a bad move. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad move for the Cowboys to pick up Alvin Kamara. I mean, Javonte Williams was nice for them last year, but it wouldn't surprise me if they went out and got, added an extra running back to that room. Well, Tyrell, Tyrell, to your question, where do we go to the draft now? I don't know. Rico to Cincinnati. No. Rico Dowdle got signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's already happened. That's already happened. I'm about to stand up, chat. Been sitting for an hour. We up. I'm up now. The best part's about having a stand-up desk, chat. This is one thing I do love. Is having a stand-up desk. The perks. Wait, Clay, did we sign Bryson? Bryson who? We didn't sign any Bryson, I can tell you that. Tremaine, someone, man. No. We didn't sign any. No. We got Kenny 2 gloves. Yes, we did. We got to play Bucky 2 times, Bijan 2 times, and ETN 2 times. Yep. Why do you think they're going defense? What up? What up? What up, Toot? I think this signing will be okay. Bryson was tendered with Bryson Tremaine. Yeah, we signed him. We did sign him. You're talking about Bryson Tremaine. Yes, we signed him. Well, we tendered his contract, which keeps him on the roster for 2026. Sorry. I misunderstood your question. Let's just do. I don't even know what this gifts are, but I'm just gonna post them up there. 10 gifters can send ice cream cones to this live. Okay, I don't even know what that means. What did we get for Rico? When did this trade happen? Mikey, it wasn't a trade. We let him walk. Yes, Luke, we tendered his contract. We tendered his contract. It keeps him on the roster till 2026. Who do you want in the draft, my boy? Well, I want to see how the rest of this I want to see how the rest of this free agency goes. Depends on how the rest of this free agency goes, but I'm looking at getting a left tackle. I'm looking at getting a left tackle the first round at this point. I know that sounds crazy, but you got to protect your quarterback. Like, you got to protect his blind side. That is the most important, probably the most important need besides the linebacker position that we do need. I would love to see us trade back from 19. And then possibly you're going to have, if you don't get anybody, if you don't get Devin Lloyd or Leo Chanel, you might end up having to go back-to-back linebackers in the draft. I actually, no, Wolf, it's funny that you say that, Wolf. I actually thought about moving Icky to left guard. What would be better for him? Somehow, some way, sneak Caleb Downs. That's not happening. Did we get any comp picks for Cade? No, that's not how it works. We didn't trade him. We don't get any comp picks for Cade. It wasn't like it was a trade or anything. He got signed. Plain and simple. We basically let him walk and he got signed. And the Detroit Lions are getting a great deal for him, Jacoby. At that. I hope the 49ers cut Trent Williams. We can get him. I don't know. I have a feeling Trent Williams is going to be too much money, my friend. All right. I'm just saying. I heard someone on Twitter saying that we're originally agreed to a 3-year, $32 million deal with Lloyd, but he backed out and is renegotiating. You're going to have to sign Lloyd for at least a 3-year, $40+ million contract. Now, if Carolina can only afford that 3-year, $32 million, you need to go ahead and sign both Caden Ellis and Leo Chanel, because you could sign both of them for that same amount of money. Because I'm pretty sure Caden Ellis is a 1-year. I think he's like a 1-year, 18. I think it might be 18, but I thought I saw 12 million, if I'm not mistaken. And then also, you got Leo Chanel, who's like a 2-year deal. I think it's worth up to like his market value is around. I think I saw the contract. It was like a 2-year deal, like 24 million. So you could sign Caden Ellis and Leo Chanel for the same price, but you're going to have to pay Devin Lloyd like a 3-year, $45+ million contract, if not more. I mean, Devin Lloyd might even get a 3-year, $63 million deal. I could see it. But I think that Carolina, again, it does not matter what we do at this point from free agency to even make a move at this point. After the Jaelan Phillips thing, I'm telling you this right now. Brant Tillis and Dan Morgan are working their thumbs and their fingertips on that calculator like crazy, because they're trying to figure out who else they can get, who they can restructure, who they can get, who do they need to try to trade away to make some cap room moves, right? Because they're going to have to get creative to open up the cap if they want to go out and try to sign some more guys. It's just plain and simple. No, I do think that they'll still try. I still think that they're not done with free agency. I do think that they will still sign some guys, but they are going to have to get creative overnight, and they're going to have to get creative overnight to try to make something happen. Plain and simple. That's just how it is. Because when you made that deal with Jaelan Phillips, I knew that they were going to have to get creative overnight. I knew that. Could you look at now? This is nuts right here. The Giants have expressed trade interest in the Jaguars wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr., which could set up a potential reunion for 2 former LSU Tigers, as in Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Neighbors. That would be insane. Oh, I'm not surprised by that. Honestly, that's probably legit. Well, Rico probably will split with Warren, but I bet Rico will end up being the lead back there. So that is just my consensus. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody on the YouTube channel. Again, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We got 58 likes. We got over 110 people on the YouTube channel. We've got over 48 people on X. Greatly appreciate that. We got over 100 people over here. Appreciate you guys on TikTok. I don't go live on here very often, but I appreciate it. Appreciate all the likes, the shares, the follows. So shout out to you guys over here. Eagles for Life says Panthers got a dog from us. I appreciate that. Just waiting for Devin Lloyd notification. That's what we're waiting on. That's for sure. What's the word on Devin Lloyd? The only thing that I know of as of right now, the only thing that I know of as of right now, because everybody keeps asking, is that there's interest from 3 other teams, and that's all I know. And that we're in this sweepstakes for Devin Lloyd. That's all I know right now. Nobody got traded, at least from from what I understand right now. He's looking for a $40 million a year. No, Johnny, he's not looking for $40 million a year. He's looking for a 3-year, $45+ million contract. His market value is not a $40 million per year contract. He's not worth that. And if he is, he's out of his damn mind. But he's not looking for that. He's looking for somewhere between $16 to $20 million per year, just like J Pup said. Anonymous, getting someone like Romeo Dobbs. No. I don't see the point. We just got a report. Hold on, we just got a report for Devin Lloyd. Panthers Wire just said the insider says that Devin Lloyd sweepstakes down to the Panthers and just these 2 teams. That's all it's saying. Let's see what this whole thing says on here. Trey Hendrickson to the Cowboys. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Never mind. I can't pull it up for some reason. Well, Devin Bush already got picked up, Shane. So I really don't have much to say about him. Do I have other windows open that I don't even know about? Oh, I do. Well, I need to clear all these off. Get off my screen. Yeah, Shane, my guy. Yeah, he's already gone. What's up, Trap Set? No, you're good. I'm just letting you know he's gone. I'm trying to find an update on Devin Lloyd right now. This is just the only thing that keeps coming up. This insider sweepstakes just keeps saying that the Panthers, and of course it's just the Cincinnati and the Saints. That's it. Yeah, Kingsley I definitely wanted to hit. JP better stay healthy. Absolutely. Yeah, he's got to. Any news on Reader? Reader. Mike, who are you talking about exactly? Bears signed Kobe Bryant. Yep, they signed. Bears signed Devin Bush as well. Yep. Yep. I don't see anything. We might be waiting up for nothing. I don't know. DJ Reader. I have not heard anything about DJ Reader. DJ Reader said he wanted to join the Panthers. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. If we can snag Lloyd and Dobbs can get a key to the city. I don't think we're getting Romeo Dobbs. I just don't think so. I heard that the Panthers are done offering for Lloyd. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Lloyd is using us for leverage to get more money. Same way Milton Williams did last year. Apparently, Ian said that Devin Lloyd should be done. Everything I read says Lloyd's going to decide tonight. I think he will get signed by us at 11 p.m. Am I going to sit here and wait up? Should I wait up till 11 p.m.? I mean, it's like, good Lord. I low-key wanted Wan'Dale Robinson. Y'all want a lot of people, man. They're going to break the bank, and Lloyd will be on the Panthers tomorrow. Guess we'll see. Kenny Pickett may wear 2 gloves, but at least he doesn't wear fingernail polish. Wow. Rock. Coming in hot with that one, Rock. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Any word on Dobbs? No, not at this moment. Not at this moment. I need to do some TikToks, man. I ain't going to lie to you. I actually need to do some TikToks. But I'm live on TikTok, and then I'm live over here. What's my take on bringing in Kenny Pickett? I mean, I said it earlier. I mean, the only thing I will say this is that I think it was a pretty straightforward move for Kenny Pickett. Like, you already have a starter, the starter's Bryce Young. You needed a clearer plan behind him, which, you needed, obviously, because Andy Dalton, what if Andy Dalton doesn't return for another season? What if he gets traded? Or what if they cut him? Who knows? Right? But Pickett would likely step up as the primary backup role anyways, I think, even if Andy Dalton's still here. When you're trying to build stability around Bryce Young, having a quarterback in the backup room with that type of experience isn't a bad thing. So it's not a flashy signing, in my opinion. I think it's a practical one. It gives us a little more insurance at the most important position on the field. So it's kind of really it. Yeah, it's a 4-year deal, Mike. For Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's deal was a 1-year deal, worth up to $7.5 million, and including a $4 million guaranteed. Trav said that's not true. I think the Vikings are going to probably sign him for a 1-year prove-it deal, but it's still going to be a significant amount of money. No. Am I hurt in any way, Trey? No. Not really. I wish Rico all the best, but no, I'm not. Marcos Cash comes in with a member for 16 months. Shout out to Marcos Cash. Appreciate that, Marcos. Beasley says we should have scooped up Sam Howell, but whatever. Yep, exactly. I wanted Sam Howell over Kenny Pickett myself. TV. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Going left tackle 19. Seems like it. And I'm not opposed to it. Or they pick a linebacker at pick 19, and maybe Caleb Lemieux falls to Tate. Okay, Tate. This is the way I look at it. Either they pick up a linebacker in the first round, and hope that Caleb Lemieux falls into the second. They pick him up. would have hurt less if we got Montgomery. I didn't see. I don't think that was realistic, to be honest with you, Mike. Is there any left tackle free agency or nah? Yeah, there's a couple guys out there. Rasheed Walker, Cam Robinson, Josh Nyman, but he's more of like a swing tackle. Who else is out there? Decker is out there as well. So no, that's why I laughed. Who's the linebacker at 19? Probably CJ Allen. And then get Caleb Lemieux. Who the fuck is this? Now people, so do people like just ask if you want to join their lives? I don't know who this King Dancer is, but no thank you. I'm good. Appreciate it. People, I guess, invite you to go live with them. I don't do battles, so never will. Like, I'm not trying to watch some girl on the other side do some dance moves for some fucking gifts. I'm not here for money. I just like talking ball and having fun. You think we get Lloyd? We'll see, Coda, man. I guess that's why we're sticking around. Do we feel confident about with our current tight ends? No, I don't. TikTok is whack. Listen, man, whatever gets the views and gets people to see my stuff, that's what people do for social media, you know? Got to go live, got to do some entertainment, you know? Lloyd is gone, unfortunately. I don't see how we swing a Lloyd contract. Well, you're going to have to get very creative. That's what Brant Tillis and Dan Moore are going to have to do. They're going to have to get very creative with some restructure, some extensions, and they're probably going to have to cut. So, J Pup, you have. I mean, here's the thing, J Pup. You've got, again, if you don't get Devin Lloyd, that's fine. You go get Leo Chanel. If here's the thing. If you can't get Devin Lloyd, then you close on Leo Chanel. And if you feel like he brings more value for his price, then fine. Kenyon Sadiq or Eli Stover is at 19. Well, I wouldn't take Eli Stovers at 19, but I would take Kenyon Sadiq at 19. A lot of people on the YouTube channel are saying they like Leo Chanel better than Devin Lloyd. We need a younger, cheaper offensive line with Mighty Mouse coming up. Sounds like a lot of people over here on TikTok, if someone requests, they probably want to talk ball just on screen with you. Now, this was some chick talking about King Dancer. Shit. I'm good on that. I'm good on that, Mike. Especially when you're a chick with your profile picture and then you say King Dancer. I can rub some people the wrong way. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe more ways than one. That's not the same. Exactly. Thoughts on Jalen Coker going to next season? Could have a breakout year. Could have a huge. I think he could have a breakout year. I think the smart move is to see the reason why they tendered his contract to keep him on the roster is I think they do want to work an extension, but I think they want to do it to see if he plays a full season. I think they want to make sure that he doesn't get injured. That's just me. They want to see if he can stay healthy. Definitely need to target CJ Allen in the first round. Definitely get a left tackle and center at some point in the draft. I love Jaelan, but we need a burner wide receiver. Trey, I think we have one. I just think we need to use him. The Eagles took a step back. What happened last year? I mean, in my opinion, your offensive coordinator did you no favors, and I don't think Jalen Hurts is as good as everybody makes him out to be. I just don't think he's a guy that just elevates your offense. I mean, am I going to give the guy his flowers for what he did in the playoffs when he won the Super Bowl against the Chiefs and how he got you guys there to that Super Bowl that year? Absolutely. But there just comes to his, I mean, I don't know how you can't get the ball to your wide receivers like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And you also got Dallas Goedert, and you've also got Saquon Barkley, and you've got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Like, I don't understand how that makes any sense. Like, I don't understand how people like sit there and say Jalen Hurts is as good as he is. It just makes no sense. I don't know why people back that up. Like, it's just. I just named all, and you also, let's not forget, you also have a top defense as an Eagles. What I mean, I don't know. I don't understand Eagles fans that back him up, but whatever. You're gonna have your Oh, whoa! Hold on. Former linebacker Devin Lloyd reached an agreement Monday night with the Carolina Panthers. It is happening right now. Breaking news right now for the Carolina Panthers. Right now, here it is. You like that? It came in, chat. It came in. Devin Lloyd might be. They got him. Woo! They got him. They fucking got him. You have got to be shitting me. They got him. Oh my God. So the Carolina Panthers have reached an agreement tonight with Devin Lloyd. Let me go over to X real quick. Jeez, Lou. Wow. The Panthers have signed former Devin Lloyd. Here it is. Contract right here. A 3-year, $45 million deal. Who called it? I told you. I called it and told y'all that it was going to be a 3-year, $40-something million deal. Did I not? I told y'all. Y'all don't want to listen to me. Jesus Christ. Stop. Oh my God, I'm going to fucking punch this phone. I was literally about to punch that phone. I'm right here. Hold on. Fixing my effects real quick. There you go. Devin Lloyd, Carolina Panther. I did call it. I told y'all. That they were that if you're gonna sign Devin Lloyd, it was gonna take a 3-year, $45 million plus deal. And look what happened. Go ahead and hand the keys over to Dan Morgan. Hand him the keys to Charlotte, North Carolina. Just go ahead. We got 2 of our top targets, and we got both of them. We got both of them, chat. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, dude. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What can I say, man? What can I say? What a move by Dan freaking Morgan to get Devin Lloyd in this building. To get Devin Lloyd in the Carolina Panthers building. What a move. You get Jaelan Phillips, Devin Lloyd, you get your backup quarterback. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can't believe it. I like the only reason why I'm so shocked about this, even though we've talked about it so much, is because, again, the reason why I thought that it was might not happen is because of the Jaelan Phillips contract. Just to be honest. Wow. That is huge. Best player available in draft. It might be. I think you can go. Here's the thing, chat. You can go left tackle now. You can go left tackle now. This free agency now is put it at in such a good situation. You can go left tackle now. No, they're going to draft a left tackle at pick 19. Or they're going to trade back and then pick a left tackle at pick 19. If you're smart, you go get a left tackle at pick 19. This definitely creates us to be way more creative with the draft. You could go get Monroe Freeling. That is huge, chat. Now you're exactly, Justin. I love that you put that up there. Now your defense consists of Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, Jaelan Phillips, Tre'Von Moehrig, and Devin Lloyd. What I want to see is who they get to put alongside of him. I'm interested to see who they get to put alongside Devin Lloyd. We can't also forget you got the best duo. I know we said JC, but let's not forget about Mike Jack. Got to give Mike Jack his credit where credit's due. Okay, here's the thing, chat. When's the last time we could sit here and say that we had a free agency like this? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me when's the last time we had a good free agency like this? Dan Morgan has done more for this organization in the last 7 to 8 years than any fucking GM we've had, if we're just being honest. I think we're done signing players now. Probably. We're probably, I don't know. We probably, I mean, I wouldn't say we're completely done. We'll probably sign some depth guys. Is this true? Yes. This is from Adam Schefter, like the actual Adam Schefter on X. Like, this is a legit guy. If you watch ESPN, you know who Adam Schefter is. Why is Kyler not signed yet? They're probably trying to, I think Minnesota's going to sign him, Xander. It's probably just going to be a 1-year prove-it deal. They just want to get he's probably just trying to get the price right. Guys, appreciate all the likes and follows on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to see if there's any other news. We still need to draft a linebacker. Absolutely. I'd love to get Jacob Rodriguez beside Devin Lloyd, to be honest with you. Those two going sideline to sideline with both of their range would be impeccable. Doesn't go, it's not official yet until Wednesday. Everybody has to be officially signed Wednesday. King James, Lloyd is a Panther. Yeah, I have it on the screen, King James. I have it on the screen. I think the Panthers doing well against the Rams twice, Green Bay, Dallas, opened some eyes, changed how players perceive the Panthers. Absolutely. That definitely helps a lot. For sure, Nervous. That's a great comment. It definitely helps out a lot. Especially for a small market team like us. It definitely does help. I mean, shout out to Dan Morgan, man. I mean, can we just give him a round of applause for making this signing happen? Shout out to Nervous, by the way, for that $5 donation as well. Let's give him a nice round of applause as well. Appreciate you. Definitely an A+. Definitely. Luke is making phone calls with Dan. That'd be sick. That would be sick. Praise our Lord and Savior, Dan Morgan. How about we praise God for creating Dan Morgan and bringing him to Carolina to be our GM? Let's praise him in that way. Round of applause for Clay for no Clemson hype tonight. Listen, man, I only gave a couple of Clemson players and that I like in the draft some credit. All right. Mike A put out some players were on the board for restructure if it brought the right pieces in. That's why we signed them up front to see what happens for the restructure on the back end. That's what I was getting at. I just didn't know how big Jaelan Phillips contract was, if they would be able to do that. But obviously, Brant Tillis feels like he can get really creative in there with these contracts. And that's why Carolina went out and signed Devin Lloyd for a 3-year, $45 million deal. So we made 2 splashes. I only predicted 1. No, he's not a Panther yet, boy. Yes, we know that. But everybody has to be officially signed by what? 4 p.m. Wednesday? Is that correct? God is good. Yes. It's 4 p.m. Wednesday. Everybody has to be officially signed. So they're probably just going to sign some depth guys. I mean, at this point, that's all they're going to do. They're not going to go out and probably make any more splashes. They're not going to go out and make any more splashes. Where'd it go? I missed. Damn. They sure as hell are making it official, though, schoolboy. That's for damn sure. So much for him not being officially signed, but they sure as hell are making it. So I think that is going to be all for tonight. I don't think we're going to see any more out of Carolina tonight, especially after that signing. I think we are officially done, at least for today. And I'll tell you this. I'm fucking proud to be a Carolina Panther, especially after the signings we had today. So shout out to Dan Morgan. I mean, shout out to Dan Morgan. That is for damn sure. To making all this happen, especially for these, to get a guy like Devin Lloyd and Jaelan Phillips in the same night. It's crazy. I didn't expect that. I can tell you that. Congrats on the big day. Appreciate that. Guys, again, do me a favor. Make sure you drop a follow here on TikTok. Tap my face. All right. On your way in, on your way out. Also, appreciate you guys on the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. X, make sure you drop a follow. Hit a like. Repost the live stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Other than that, guys, I'm hopping off of here. I got some TikToks to make. I got some more content to make. So, other than that, I will see you for day 2 tomorrow. As always, make sure you keep pounding. Peace.